All right, it's time to do a second round in Awesome Island. And in the first round, we made a selection of investing in our education. What that does is that gives us our bachelor's degree. So when you have a degree, your income changes. With a degree, you earn $40,000 a year, which means you're going to be making $200,000 in round two over the next 5 years. So let's add that in. Now you're making $200,000. But what happens when you make more money regarding your taxes? When you make more money, you pay more in taxes. It's called mo money, mo problems. So your taxes with a degree, without a degree, excuse me, were 15,000. Your taxes with a degree now are 30,000. They've doubled. So your income doubled and now your taxes have doubled. Welcome to the real world, kids. For our expenses, we can choose to have a smaller housing expense or larger housing expense. We can switch things up on food. Now that we're making more money, we can get a different car. We can do a number of different things. To keep matters simple, I like this budget. I'm going to keep my expenses the same. So for housing, I'm going to stay at 33,000. For food, same, 7,500. For clothing, 15,000. Transportation, 25,000. Now, 25,000 is a used car. If I selected 6,000, which is the bus, I would not have an insurance expense. In round two and all the future rounds, I can drop the insurance expense if I'm on the bus. But because I have a car, I have the insurance expense again. That's 18,000. Now, in the previous round, I had calculated in without writing it in the investment into my education for a bachelor's degree, but I did write it in afterwards, and the numbers still add up just right. I don't have the option to select $75,000 degree anymore. What I do have the option of selecting is my advanced degree, my master's. So if I get my master's, that's $125,000, and that's only an option after you get a bachelor's. So in round one, if you did not invest in an education, in round two, you can invest in education, and your option would be to get your bachelor's for $75,000. But I already have my bachelor's, so I'm going to invest $125,000 in getting my master's degree. And then really that's the only change because I'm going to keep my cell phone expense the same, no philanthropy, and I'm going to pass on having kids just for now. So all of my expenses are the same, except for my taxes have gone up, and I added an additional $50,000 of expenses for my education. So just like before, I'm going to add up all of my expenses. I know the difference here is an extra $15,000 for my taxes and an extra $50,000 on my education. So I'm going to do the math. And that's going to give me, it's an extra $65,000. I know in the last round, I spent $190,900. From that, I'm going to tack on an additional, again, it was $50,000 for the education, 15 on taxes. That's going to take me to $255,900. And that's a negative number. Okay. Then I'm going to add my income to that of $200,000. And that leaves me with negative $55,900. So that's my number here. Well, excuse me. Negative $255,900 is my number here. Negative $255,900. When you do this in pencil, not in marker, the numbers fill in a lot easier. And then I added my income. So my total savings or debt becomes negative $55,900. Okay, so that's my new number here. Again, you won't be writing on this side of the worksheet. I'm doing it to show you how to do the calculations. But you don't want to mess up your worksheet and you don't want to fill it up with this information here. Now, you're going to be able to invest in the second round. You doubled your income. You're going to be able to double the amount that you can invest in your investment scorecard. To keep matters simple, I'm going to say that you had $55,000 invested, okay, from your portfolio. So we get to add 55,900 to positive $4,000 of investment earnings. And that's going to take this big negative number and is going to make it smaller. So now we're looking at negative 51,900. Again, you'll be doing this on a separate sheet of paper. We are going to bring up our net worth from the prior term, which is negative 88,400. That's why these little arrows are here, because whatever your net worth is in this round, it's going to carry over to this round, and it's going to carry over to this round, and so on, and it will repeat. So basically, where you ended the year is going to determine if you start the new year in debt or the next round in debt or with positive income. What we have here is I'm going to add a negative number to my already negative number, 88,400. That's going to take us to $140,300 negative. So again, my negative number got bigger, but we're making some progress because obviously of our additional expenses here. That's how you do round 2.